Hi friends, can't lose weight? Could you be eating the wrong snacks? Today we're going to talk about the top 10 best snacks that will increase your metabolism. Yes, no matter your age, your food can increase your resting metabolism, which is water dependent. Many healthy snacks that will elevate your metabolism are rich in water. Literally, if all you did was drink water for the day, you would lose weight because you aren't replacing the calories you're burning. People commonly think that it's healthy and call it fasting. I call it voluntary starvation. And sure, you would lose weight, mostly water and muscle, but it's not a sustainable way to live long. You can't fast forever, but you can target foods that are low in calories and high in water to lose weight and get healthier. So number 10, snack on fresh or frozen blueberries. Blueberries are not just high in water, but they are high in fiber, and that's why they are so low in calories. 1 cup of blueberries has 4 grams of fiber. Frozen blueberries are cheaper than fresh, but they also have a bit less sugar than fresh. However, fresh blueberries have much more vitamin C. And if you have adequate amount of vitamin C, it can help to prevent weight gain. Ideally, we should all be getting our water requirements from the foods we eat. But that means we need to eat more fresh fruits. And you may be avoiding fruits. I hear that a lot from diabetics who are worried about rising blood sugars. This is far from the truth. Whole, fresh fruit, not dry fruit with added sugar or fruit juice with concentrated sugar, but whole fruits are packaged perfectly with a fiber matrix to slowly release nutrients, including sugar. And this is beneficial for weight loss. Have you ever unwrapped a gift buried in layers of paper and boxes? That is in essence how fiber protects your body from sugar in whole fruit. Your digestive enzymes need to rip through those layers of fiber like paper to get to the sugar buried in the center. There is so little sugar in fresh fruit because it is full of water and fiber, unlike dry fruits, candies, and cookies. So unless you concentrate it by juicing or baking it to get rid of or destroy the protective fiber matrix, you're not going to gain weight from eating fruit. It takes 3 apples to make a cup of juice. I would be surprised if you ate 3 apples before all your meals and didn't lose weight. So number 9, snack on whole apples. But you have to eat the skin too. That skin contains polyphenols, which are micronutrients found in colorful plants that can inhibit your digestive enzymes from rapidly absorbing the sugar in apples. That's protective. That skin also has more fiber that will feed your gut microbiome to make short-chain fatty acids like butyrate that feeds your colon cells to help you poop. Pooping helps you lose weight, not only because you're literally dumping your trash, but you're also getting rid of fats like cholesterol. Now, everything I've been talking about takes energy to do. And when you eat all natural, high fiber foods such as plants, you increase your metabolic rate. The more whole foods you eat, the higher your metabolic rate. Now, do you snack on high fiber bars? Well, you should stop eating them. It's processed. The fiber matrix was destroyed and they added a bunch of sugar and starch and fat to make it tasty. Okay, maybe not the fat, but they still added a lot of sugar and starch, and that's why you're gaining weight. And if you like that dried, starchy, sweet taste, have you ever tried a microwave sweet potato? That's number 8, snack on sweet potatoes. They are packed with fiber and resistant starch, which means you can't digest those calories. They also keep you full for longer, and that's why it has that creamy texture inside. I also like it because it has a boatload of beta carotene, which becomes vitamin A critical immunity vitamin for your lungs and heart. And did I mention it's important for your vision and great skin? Long-lived cultures like Okinawans eat sweet potatoes almost every day. And here's how you can make it. It is so easy. Rinse and scrub a sweet potato and then stab it all around with a fork. Now don't stab yourself. Put that sweet potato covered in a microwave-safe dish for 5 minutes. And of course, if it's a tiny potato, it won't take 5 minutes. And if it's a large potato, it's going to take more than 5 minutes. And you know when it's done, when you can easily stick a fork in it. You can eat the skin and all, unlike the regular potato. But don't put butter, salt, or sugar on it. Learn to enjoy what real food should taste like and not cover it up with salt, sugar, and fat. Number 7 is another creamy, fiber-rich food and probably the cheapest, healthiest snack you will find, and that's a banana. A single banana can be 25 cents or less. There's no washing, no cooking. You simply peel and eat. Remember to pick a greener or less brown banana. When the banana is green, it has more resistant starch, which means it has less sugar. As it ripens, it will taste sweeter because it has more sugar. Have you ever tasted an overripe banana? It smells and tastes like it has alcohol, because it does. Some of the sugar is fermented to ethanol. Don't eat that. Rarely, people can get a condition called anaphylaxis, which can be a fatal allergic reaction. But mostly, you should avoid all things with alcohol if you're trying to lose weight. Alcohol has more calories than fat, and it packs on weight faster than sugar and fat combined. It suppresses your immune system, and it's a carcinogen. And you definitely don't want to bake that banana into banana bread. That'll really prevent you from losing weight. Number 6 is my favorite savory snack. That is my favorite traveling companion, baked beans. But it's not the kind that you think. I literally open a can of unsalted and unflavored garbanzo beans. I rinse it and then pat it dry. And then I mix it with 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And then I put a spice blend, about 2 teaspoons of that, equal parts onion powder, paprika, pepper, turmeric, cayenne pepper, and cumin. And then I spread it on a baking sheet and put it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit to dehydrate it for about 20 minutes. You want to stay below 370 degrees Fahrenheit because you want to avoid 374 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the smoke point for olive oil. Beans are not only a rich source of protein, but they are packed with fiber. 1 cup has about 15 grams of fiber. So you have to make sure to chase down your beans with water. Beans have also been shown to reduce cholesterol, reduce blood sugar, and work just as well the next day in improving your metabolism. But the thing is, you can't go from no beans to eating a whole bowl of beans. You're going to feel really bloated and you're never going to want to eat beans again. So work up to a cup of beans per meal. Start with literally 1 bean per day and then 1 bean per meal. Then slowly just add more beans over several weeks. You not only will lose weight and you'll be healthier, but you'll also save a boatload of money. Have you seen how cheap a bag of dried beans are? I don't know any other food that is cheaper and more nutritious than beans. Number 5 is another food that I snack on daily to curb my appetite and help me meet my daily needs for omega-3 fats for my brain, skin, cholesterol, and immunity. And that is nuts. Specifically, I target a handful of walnuts and almonds, which has been shown to help people lose weight, improve memory, and get healthier skin. But I make sure it is salt-free. Salt is the food industry's dirty secret and how they make crappy stuff taste good. And that's why you should never buy pre-seasoned meat. Think about your chicken breast. Would you ever eat that boiled in water? Well, when it gets rancid, you're going to need more salt. Salt stimulates your appetite, dehydrates your body to cause you to break down muscle, and triggers your own body to make fructose, a sugar that most people avoid in food. And we think because salt is all natural and that it's okay. After all, seawater is full of salt. Well, we aren't fish and we don't have gills and kidneys adapted to secrete salt. And that's why most people who are overeating on salt, which is just about everyone in the United States, will develop high blood pressure. Hence, 3/4 of Americans have high blood pressure or have pre-hypertension. However, the inflammatory damage that occurs happens years before people notice their high blood pressure. And if you want a guaranteed roadmap to dialysis, having a lifetime of high blood pressure is it. Number 4 is my favorite dip. Now, I've been avoiding dips since high school when I realized it was a way to deliver sugar, salt, and fat. I challenge you to name one natural food packed with sugar, salt, and fat that is healthy. It doesn't exist in nature. But these deadly foods saturate store shelves, and every fast food chain has their unique sauces. But I still like creamy texture of dips, so I make my own and I use beans. Have you tried hummus? You can make your own healthier version of hummus with 1 can of rinse and drain chickpeas, some onion and garlic powder, paprika, the juice of a fresh lemon, about a 1/4 cup of roasted sesame seeds or tahini, which is sesame paste, and 1 roasted garlic. I like to add 2 cups of washed fresh cilantro. So I blend the cilantro first, and then I add maybe 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I then add the spices and the roasted garlic. I blend that, and then I add the roasted sesame seeds and tahini and blend that. And when that all is well blended, I add the can of rinsed garbanzo beans. Now that should look like a creamy batter. And if it is too thick, you just add some water. After you pour it out, you can add a tablespoon of olive oil on top to drizzle for taste. And if you need that salt, you can sprinkle some potassium salt after you make it. Remember to avoid sodium salt. Your body is really efficient in conserving sodium. And you get enough from fresh whole plants that you don't have to go and add extra salt to your foods. Now, what are you going to dip in it? Of course, it will taste great with a bread or cracker, but the bread or cracker will probably make you gain weight. The best dip would be all natural, crunchy, and slightly sweet. And that's a carrot. So number 3, go get some carrots with that dip. And when you go to restaurants, you'll literally pay $10 for that hummus and carrots, an appetizer that you can make for about $1.50. And I like carrots because it is crunchy, it's sweet, and it pairs very nicely with that savory hummus. Plus, carrots are full of water and fiber to curb your appetite and increase your metabolism. Number 2 is an ingredient used in an appetizer I used to pay a lot of money to eat. I realized the appetizer was healthier for my metabolism because it had vinegar. Now, vinegar stimulates an enzyme called AMP kinase, just like when you exercise. So you can increase your metabolism without exercising. And this elevation in metabolism has helped people drop about 5 pounds in the right areas, the abdominal, visceral fat. You see, not all diets are the same. All diets can help you lose weight, but it may not be in the right areas. And when you starve yourself, like fasting, or you take medications like Ozempic, or when you go on a low-carb ketogenic diet, you're going to first lose water, and then you lose muscle mass. And it's really hard to maintain and build muscle over 40. It's really hard, period, at any age, and that's why athletes have to spend so much time working out. So if you choose a wrong diet, you could be working against yourself and setting yourself up for sickness. Use vinegars in your foods, at least 2 tablespoons per meal. Balsamic is my favorite because of that rich purple antioxidant colors. Those antioxidants have been shown to reduce the rate of digestion, which is protective against weight gain. My all-time favorite snack, my number 1, is actually so easy to make and is very popular in fancy restaurants. But you'll be paying a pretty penny for something you can make yourself in minutes. Chop some cherry tomatoes, add some chopped basils, and then sprinkle some balsamic vinegar and a teaspoon of olive oil with every 2 cups of tomatoes. And you'll have yourself a delicious topping that I used to pay a lot of money for called bruschetta. Usually, this topping is on a toasted baguette. Now, if you decide to eat that baguette, remember to refrigerate that bread overnight before you toast it. If you want to know why you should do that, then watch the next video.